chat box. Let's see if I can pull the chat box up, if this is the right one.
Hello, everybody.
Let's see.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Monday of the Thanksgiving week.
The Monday fun day.
So let's get it out of the way right now and let everybody know there's nothing on Friday for sure.
That's
In America, it's the day after Thanksgiving. Pretty much.
You don't think the rest of the world's celebrating Thanksgiving?
Huh?
In some degree?
No. I think they all have different things. Thanksgiving's ours. Do you think our Thanksgiving is England's?
I think that they like the idea of having another day off and some food and family. No, I mean, come on.
We took the ships to go against England.
No, we didn't do anything. You and I did nothing.
Well, we didn't do anything, but that was the whole purpose of the Thanksgiving.
Is that crooked over there? Are we crooked over here?
No, it looks good. You're crooked. Stop drinking. Just kidding.
All right.
Here comes a finger.
I hear ambulance over here. They're coming for me, I think.
Yeah. My daughter used to say ambulance.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Intro to Crypto Monday night special, the week of Thanksgiving, the most holiest of holidays in America. Not, but probably the most loved holiday in all of America. And I'll tell you why.
Not my wife. My wife said no. She hates cooking a turkey. But go ahead.
My wife loves Thanksgiving. It's her favorite holiday of all.
Really?
She loves the fact of the food. She loves the fact of the family. She loves the fact that there's no pressure on gift giving. There's no stress on it at all. It's completely food, fun, and football. And even if you don't like football, it's just a family eat, relax, chill, kind of holiday.
That's one of the good news. That's some of the good news about the crypto market is it never closes.
What's up, Tommy? Thank you so much for being a part of our show, my friend. Really appreciate you being here.
I can't tell you how many times I've bought during holidays.
Yeah?
Christmas, Thanksgiving, nothing else to do. At least you can actually go to the crypto market and buy.
It's 100% true. 100% true. Tommy, where in the world are you coming to us from, my friend? Please let everybody here know where you are. We love to keep everybody in the loop and appreciate you coming back to us from Friday. Tommy Guns. We're going to put Tommy Guns over here. So we have ISO 20022. It's official.
Yep.
ETFs are going haywire. Life is beginning to look a little bit more merry. In the XRP world, we saw a bump in the jump of XRP at the 195 over $2 and looking in the ballpark of 226 to 28 today, right? What are we up? What is that? 10% easily?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's been very, very good.
What are the cryptos? Philly, that's right. Eagle Fly, baby. That's right.
Yeah.
Tommy from Philly. Love it, man. Thank you so much for coming back, my friend. We have ISO 20022. We have XRP in the ballpark of 226 today. Is that right? 226? We're up 50.
It was 226, 228. If you hit right there, what does it say? 227 right now.
Is it 227?
Right,
227. So that's got to be what? Is that 20%? Now 20% would be 40 cents. So we're about
13%.
Yeah,
something like that.
14%. Not so bad from Friday to Monday.
I know.
That's a nice little pickup in the emotionally, we're feeling more positive. Mentally, we're feeling more positive. And by the way, have any of you guys ever heard of something called the XRP leak, fiat leak?
Fiat leak.
Now,
yes.
I've just been
introduced. It's not just XRP, it's fiat leak. It's for all crypto.
All right. So if you haven't done this and you're watching the show, open up a window for a split second and go to fiatleak.com.
Yep, /XRP or XRP or do whatever you got.
Okay.
So we'll do
and go Birds, even though Dallas whooped us by the point. That was a crazy game. Let me tell you, Tommy, just going to sidebar for a second. You're lucky not to be a Giants fan because you want to talk about a disaster. I mean, it's actually a similar disaster. We can get into that for a quick football minute.
You lost me, by the way.
The Giants played like such a great offensive game, but of course the Giants defense is like a blundering bunch of banana heads. And of course lose in overtime, even though they're up the whole game. But so Tommy, I feel your pain, man. I was watching the Philly game. I was watching against Dallas, And I don't know how many people like Dallas. I think that, most
That
people.
was my team.
It was your team.
That was my team. Why? Why is it my team? I was probably a 6 or 8 year old kid
With the
and,
food star.
and my uncle says to me, "Come here, Mike," and he calls me over. He puts his arm around me. He says, "You want to see what a woman looks like? Look at these cheerleaders." I was sold. I was a Dallas fan at that time. Although that being the case, I don't really watch sports. I'm married.
Understandable. Linda's amazing. We love Linda. But all right, getting back into the whole realm of XRP and what's going on in the Fiat Leak.
Yeah.
I never saw the Fiat Leak before. So go to Fiat Leak, and you can see the millions and millions of XRP being purchased
Every minute,
second, every.
We were seeing it up to what, 200,000
We saw
for
2
a
million.
minute.
We saw 2 million transactions in 1 minute happening. You can see in every platform people buying XRP.
Switch it over if you could, if that doesn't mess you up.
You can actually see from United States, Korea, Europe, South Africa. Our friend, what's his name? Who's following us over here? Just Louis Vaughn. Louis Vaughn following us over here, always on the show from South Africa. It's always great. I think we just froze. There we are. Just froze. But the Fiat Leak is so cool. So you can actually see XRP being purchased in the millions and millions and millions.
And I love the fact that you can actually have it playing in the background, and you can check for the sound, and it will hit for the high or the low for the day. So you can have it will be thunder going off while you're in the background, and then that makes you look like saying, "Oh, let me check and see what XRP just did. Oh, it just hit a high, it just hit a low."
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool stuff. One more thing that I'm going to have you stuck now on my phone. My wife's going to panic. What do you do on your phone? All you do is look at the crypto. And that was another conversation we had. And again, I'm not talking badly about her because she's amazing. And, I just have to be more
She's giving you balance. She's giving you balance.
She's giving me more than balance. She's giving me restrictions, I don't call it. But that being said, so yeah, XRP is doing some things over here. Out there, you're watching the XRP. You're happy about what's going on. The ETF market is absolutely exploding. We had 2 new ETFs that came out today. I'm just going to be curious what the closing came at. How many, what was the closing? Maybe pull up what the closings were on, we have Grayscale and
Franklin was today,
Templeton.
and Grayscale. That's when they were supposed to come this afternoon.
I'm curious to get your sound going on over here. I'm curious to find out if anybody knows what happened with the final numbers on Grayscale and
well, we were looking on the Kraken
Grayscale
today.
and I'm sorry.
Franklin Templeton and Grayscale.
So if anybody has any numbers as to what they see has been going on with the ETFs today, we'd love to share with you, and you can share with us. But yeah, it's been an amazing day.
I can definitely share with, we had the conversation on Friday that I bought a little bit of the XRP ETF.
Yes.
It was literally called, the ticker's XRP. I think that's maybe Grayscale. I don't even know. But that was
XRPC or Z.
No, it's XRP. That's it, just okay. XRP. And that thing alone was up. That was up a good 16-18% today.
Wow!
So it was a
nice little zinger. So yeah, we have got a lot going on in the XRP world. Very exciting stuff. I just want to say that I am going through the same emotional roller coaster you guys got through, and it's tough because the swings that we're seeing, and then you get down on things. You watch the guys. We're doing podcasts, and we hear different kind of things. Everybody's very motivated. Mikkel is in Crypto Sensei. I think they keep me really on the level where I need to be because of the way they think and what they say, and learning a lot from these guys. And hopefully, we're helping you guys learn a lot over here too, and having some fun at the same time. Which is important to us. It's all about learning together and being excited about it. But definitely in the world of crypto, I picked up a little more XRP myself, and got to see a little kind of bumps going on. Picking up a couple dollars here, a couple of dollars there. You don't have to go crazy. You do what you can, and you just keep active at it. And if you haven't, and we talked about this before, I'm not sure if you have the ability to get Uphold platform. Tom, I'm not sure if you have the ability to go to Uphold. I'm not sure what platform you use. I'd love to know. But Uphold has a debit card that you basically you put the money there and then you buy with whatever you want. What's really cool is the first 3 months they give you 6% on every purchase of XRP.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had to pay some bills, and I earned on $800 payment 21 XRP on something had to pay for anyway. It's unbelievable. So if you have the ability to Uphold, there's a link below in the description there to join. I like Uphold a lot. It's one of the most well-known for XRP specifically in the United States. Very safe and secure. Jake Mickle talks about it a lot. They love Uphold. A great platform.
You got 21 for free?
I got 21 XRP free.
And it cost you $800.
I spent $800. It was, I guess, whatever XRP was at the time. You get 6%. So 800 times 6% was $48 worth. So $48 worth got me 21. So that means it was in the ballpark of what, $2.10 maybe.
It's pretty good if you think about it. If it
Louis Vaughn is back in the saddle over here. What's up, Louis Vaughn? It's okay to be late, my friend. Love having you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Go ahead. Talk one second.
No, I was just going to say real quick. If it goes to $40, you basically got that whole entire payment for free.
Absolutely.
That's crazy when you think about it.
That's what I'm saying. When you have a
21 times 40 is $800.
So with the Uphold credit card, a debit card, you get for the first 3 months 6%, and then after that it's 4% across the board. I paid $100 for the debit card, which gets me the 6% for the first 3 months, and then 4% thereafter for the life of it. If you don't pay for the credit card and you get the free version of it, then you get 6% for the first 3 months and then 3% thereafter. I thought it's pretty amazing. So I took the extra 1% to have for the future, plus the Gemini credit card, which I love also, the XRP.
Yes.
And with Gemini, you can use any crypto you want to earn crypto. Of course, I picked XRP, and you get 4% on gas, which we all need to get gas, 3% on all restaurants, which we tend to go to the restaurants quite a bit. And it also helps you keep track of that too. 2% on grocery, 1% everything else. Again, so I've been earning XRP for things that I have to pay for and buying anyway. Who's better than me? Who's better than you? Are you in? Does it sound like something you're interested in doing? I definitely would. Why not? Why not have the Gemini credit card? Why not have again, if you have the ability to Uphold. I also found that there are certain states you can't get Uphold. I'm wondering if Tommy and Philly can get Uphold platform or use the platform there. I know Louis Vaughn can't use Uphold because in South Africa, I don't think they have that. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting. But the Gemini credit card is available for everyone. And I definitely would say to you, if you have the ability to get it, an awesome credit card to get. I can also send you a link if you want to. Again, I give you my email address. It's david.lemel, LEMEL @gmail.com. Send me an email. Love to hear from you. Put in there intro to crypto, something in the title so I'll know where it's coming from what it's about. I get a lot of emails. There's a lot of it spam. Being in real estate, we get a lot of emails.
How come nobody emailed you to get on this podcast last week? On Friday, right? Wasn't that your thing?
Yeah, Louis Vaughn just said we don't have access to Uphold. Louis Vaughn, do you have access to get to Gemini? Can you use the Gemini platform and get a Gemini credit card? That's another one for you. I'm curious about.
I see Pat Pagano's on, by the way.
Pat Pagano's got the birthday week. His birthday is the Friday the 28th.
Oh, happy birthday! You gonna sing to him?
I definitely will sing to him. I sing to everybody.
Oh, you're not going to sing it on national, international?
International podcast. I won't do that. I'll tell you what I'll do.
We don't want to lose any subscribers.
What I'm going to do, though, is we're going to have definitely a song. When XRP hits $10, we're going to sing. 100% going to sing.
We or you?
I will sing.
It's not going to be me.
What's up, Pat? Thank you so much for joining us over there. He's on Instagram today. He said, please don't. when XRP hits $10, which will be hopefully the next, maybe 6 months or so or less.
Gosh, I hope
it could be the end of the year, but who knows? But you know what? I've gotten to that point where I'm trying to be downplaying my emotions on what I want and what I'm feeling and what I think, because every time I say something, I feel like I jinx it.
My son, somebody, or maybe it was my friend, just asked me the other day. They're like, do you really think that Jake is going to win that bet?
Which one?
For $700 for XRP by the end of the year. He's like, do you think it's going to happen?
Listen, we would all
we'd all love it, but
we would all be.
I think Jake lost that one personally.
I think Jake lost that one, but had the best intentions. It depends what happens with the reverse carry trade, right? If all of a sudden things go sideways in the next 30 days.
Well, you know, it was sort of funny. I was listening to the Stable Crew the other day.
Good people.
Great people.
The Stable Crew. We haven't watched it before.
Alan was talking about it. Alan used to be a Forex trader. I don't know if you know that. And he was basically saying that yen carry trade is not going to do anything, guys. He goes, as soon as they raised it the first time for the quarter point, he says the big boys were already jumping ship. So that was interesting to hear this from a guy who was a Forex trader, knows a lot of stuff.
I'm not even sure what a Forex trader is.
Currency trader. And he said, as soon as they started raising rates a year ago,
raising rates, not dropping rates
in Japan, when they were raising the rates in Japan, he said that was their calling card to get the heck out. So I don't, you know, I mean, I like Jake a lot. I like Alan a lot. Two different perspectives on opposite sides. Very interesting. I don't know if you guys follow.
I bet you these guys. I would bet you that Louis Vaughn and Tommy both follow Jake Claver. I'm just guessing. I would think if you guys don't, you definitely should. Great guy, very smart. I love his personality. He's got such a warm and friendly personality, but he's wicked smart. He knows a lot of things that could potentially happen and why they could happen.
Well, because he's tied to a lot of very high up.
My favorite thing about Jake, speaking of Jake, is when you talk about, if asked several times, like, where do you think we're going to be between now and the end of the year? Will we be in the same place today by December 31st? And he laughed. He said, absolutely not. We'll be somewhere else between now and the year. So he has a lot of connections with Ripple. Brad.
Across the board, he's got a lot of connections.
He's a very connected dude. And with being a very connected dude, here's Blade is back. If Ripple gets its banking license, we might see some serious moves. Yeah, Blade, absolutely. 100%.
Good point. It's a very good point.
We are wanting and hoping for those things to happen. You know, I feel like a cheerleader on the sideline sometimes, you know?
I was on Jake's mastermind call this weekend.
Yes.
And he basically has pushed out his thoughts, and he's saying by first quarter now. So he is saying, I mean, he never said that he was, you know, his timing was right, but he has moved out some of the higher stuff he's expecting might not be until the end of the first quarter.
Because he knows on the inside what's happening. He just can't legally say things, apparently, according to his disposition and how he alludes to the information he has.
Yeah, he does say he has NDAs. He has non-disclosure agreements, and he can't say many things. Oftentimes, that's true.
It's got to be tough to know things that are so volatile in a very positive or negative way and not be able to share those kind of details with people.
Yeah.
And kind of skirts you around it while you've got 10,000 people watching you. Because there's 10,000 people now in the mastermind, roughly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of 10,000 people in the mastermind. And to get offering the mastermind for $2
only the first month.
For the first month. At least if you haven't been in the mastermind yet, it's a good place to go and take a peek and see what it is. For $2, you get to know Jake a little bit more personally, listen and learn and what's going on with that.
Yeah, they have Saturday calls. Everything's recorded too, so you don't have to listen to it live. But Saturday mornings from 10 to 12 in Eastern time, and then Mondays. Yeah, I missed it today, but he had a 12 to 12:30 every Monday, and then obviously he's got his
live
Monday night live and Wednesdays.
I tend to find myself on that Monday and Wednesday night live watching, and it's like it's when I should be trying to settle down, and it's not happening. So it's like I don't sleep well at night. So between 10 and 12, if I don't have a great series to watch or some kind of show, I'm definitely having him on. But the problem with having it on live, you can't fast forward it. When it's on replay, you can put it at, I love you taught me that. You can put 1.5. It's much easier to 100%. Listen to what's going on over there. We got a lot of, let's go over here. So we got some reactions. I'm trying to follow up with you guys over here on social media. I apologize. Between all the different platforms, you guys are saying hello and saying some things over here to us. Just bear with me as I'm doing that. there's a lot happening. Not a lot to talk about specifically because we don't have information out on today. Do you guys, Blade? Do you have any numbers on today's final ETFs from what we got for the day? Anybody out there? What
Did
happened?
Franklin Templeton or Grayscale finally go live? That's really the question. I know they were talking about this afternoon going.
Louis Vaughn, it's going to happen. We must have patience. Hold on and buy when you can. Time will tell. Absolutely, Louis Vaughn. You got to hold on. Holding on to the rails, holding on to the sheets, holding on to the pillows, holding on to, everything we can, mind and body. And try not to get into a fight with your spouse because you're so mentally and emotionally involved in this whole thing. And it's hard. Are your spouses involved in your XRP? Do they know about XRP? When you talk about XRP, do they roll their eyes and do they get frustrated by it because it's all you talk about and all you listen to on your phones?
I'm smiling because I would love to see some of the comments coming in on that.
Or is your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, are they listening and as excited about it as you are? And is it conversations that you have together? I wish that my wife would want to talk about it. I've been begging her to learn about this for over 3 years. Just listen and learn and watch a little bit. Just kind of get the basics down. And she just has zero interest in that side of it. I mean, I appreciate and respect it to some degree. Let's see. Louis Vaughn, I bought her a big bag. Now, when you bought her the big bag, did she get excited about it? Was she disappointed it wasn't something else? Does she understand what she has? Blade, I know the latest ETF made 186 million on the first day. That's amazing. Think about that. If you 186 million on day one, right? That's probably was that Grayscale? Is that
well, look what Kraken did today. Kraken did 2.8 billion XRP, worth 6 point something billion in dollars.
So
today, Kraken XRP.
It's another good point. So all these different platforms, speaking of that, when they're trading as much as they're trading, and you just mentioned Kraken, I didn't realize how much Kraken is trading. I mean, and I wonder if Dave Portnoy has anything to do with that he brought a lot of people there. But what platform is the highest trading levels? I wonder.
I'm going to say it's Binance, but I don't know. I haven't.
Do you think Binance because can you buy Binance all over the world? Is that why Binance might be the biggest one?
Binance is big. They were a big boy.
I don't know anybody using Binance personally.
I don't either, but I think maybe Binance has been sort of shut down a little bit in the United States.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. They had a Binance US, and I think even that Binance US has been sort of shut down the last couple of years.
What platforms you guys? I've used Gemini. Obviously, with the Gemini credit card, they got me linked in there because they, gave me the credit card. Uphold is definitely my go-to for the most part. I've had Coinbase before. I slid away from there. I had Crypto.com in the beginning. I think Crypto.com was my first one.
It was.
Coinbase was my second.
It was.
Then it was Uphold, which is my focus. I just like Uphold a lot. I like the simplicity of it, and it's not costly to use it. I found that Coinbase is charging X amount per month. You can get where you pay like $10 a month or something like that.
Is that the pro version?
I don't know. They have different kind of versions and yada yada yada. Lucifer, no, she doesn't know what she has. People in general don't know about XRP. They run it from crypto. Yeah, that's kind of like what it is. Like you want to get them excited about it. You buy them a bag of crypto, buy them a bag of XRP, and you think that they're going to be excited about it. And if you bought her Louis Vuitton, if you bought her a Louis Vuitton,
that's right? Exactly what I was thinking. The same thing.
The LV Louis Vuitton. You bought her a Louis Vuitton. She would be walking around. Look at my bag. Look what he got me. Oh my God, I love it so much. She can't show a bag of XRP to her friends, and she wouldn't want to show her bag of XRP to her friends. She could pull out her platform and say, "Look what I got," but no one wants to show how much money they have in their bank, right? It's a little different. People like to be a little bit more, vain about their purchases. Showy with their purchases. Yeah, like a nice new jacket, a pair of sneaks, or shoes. No, she doesn't know. Yeah, right. So, I mean, it's interesting to see how our spouses react to this stuff here. I mean, I know, again, I love my wife. She's an amazing woman. She's a great mother. I want her to be more involved in, this kind of stuff. Hey, my buddy Frank, his girlfriend, fiance, I'll just say wife, Michelle, she's all in on crypto and she's got her own ideas of what she likes. She might be more of a Bitcoin and Ethereum girl, and she's got a little bit of XRP, but she's not as much in XRP maybe as Frank is.
So here's the question: Are they going to be equal, or are they going to get a prenup? A prenup?
Oh, that's right. Jake was talking about the prenup.
Yes, he was talking about the prenup actually this week.
I'm not a prenup kind of guy. I'm a little old school. And I'm not saying it's wrong if you do. I think if you have it already and you're meeting somebody for the first time, then you're worried about the fact that they're with you because of the financial stuff, maybe. But if you both had zero and you work to yourself where you are today.
I agree with you, but let me say, for example, that you have, let's just play this out for a second. You're a single man. You're sitting on 100,000 XRP at $2. Let's just say. And it's worth 2.25 today.
Yeah.
Are you getting a prenup for that, knowing where XRP is going to potentially be 5 years from now?
Yeah, and that's not my.
I'm just asking.
Let me just give you an example. My wife and we have one bank account. How many out there have a spouse with one bank account between both of you? Everybody I talk to have separate bank accounts.
That's just because you have control issues. I'm just teasing you.
I don't know. I even told her that she might be a good idea for her to open up a bank account so she can see it. I'm going to get into it.
But regarding I mean, most people want to have. I mean, that's a big bag. If 100 grand turns around and goes to $100, you're sitting on $10 million.
That's right.
If that doesn't work out, you take a big risk to not say, let me put some of this into a prenup. Or I'm just asking.
I have a lot of Italian friends.
I'd like to know what you guys think.
I have a lot of Italian friends. I got a guy who knows a guy. You know what I mean? I got a guy. Is that, I'm just saying, people disappear,
You're gonna make your wife disappear? No.
Carter Jean is with us today. I've been hearing you need 100. No, he's got 1 million. 1 million XRP all day. Is that 1 million? We got 6 zeros. That's 1 million XRP all day long. I don't know that you need 1 million XRP. It would be nice to have 1 million XRP.
Is that 1 million or 100,000?
He said, I'm a single guy and I have less than 10,000. God bless, buddy. You're doing great. I mean, I've always heard that 10,000 was the goal. If you got 10,000 XRP, you're got a great bag. And Blade says, prenup, no too many friends that got destroyed. So he's all about the prenup. Listen, I can't disagree with the idea of a prenup. I guess it depends on how and when you met, and if you have the money beforehand or if you made it together. Well, what if she made the money together with you? What if your involvement in XRP is something you both did together? So is there a prenup for that when you both bought it together, invested together, like you have a financial advisor that you're...
Well, that's a different story. We were talking about you in a situation where you had a big bag.
Yeah.
Are you going to get the prenup or are you not? I mean, I have plenty of friends that I know that, don't get me wrong. I've been with my wife for 30 years, love her dearly, but I'm saying I see so much.
So you'll have a prenup with your wife?
Oh, no. I had nothing. XRP didn't exist back then.
Right. Hold on. Carter says 10,000. Beautiful, man. That's awesome. 10,000 is phenomenal.
Well, don't tell us.
You should keep the numbers. We're going to just assume it's something like 10,000. Maybe it's more or less. Tommy says, put it in the trust. Tommy's got a point there. Put it in the trust. And with a trust, does the attorney kind of play that out in the trust? I don't know a lot about trust, which is something I have to work on also. But with a trust attorney, right? Like, it's funny. My wife and I keep telling her, we got to do a will. We're a living will, a will. We don't have one of those outlined yet, which is something we got to do. Like, God forbid, tonight, first of all, tonight, what happens is she's stuck because she doesn't know anything, right? And I always tell her, listen, we have to have somebody outside the family who's going to be in control of everything because I don't want to have a disaster happen, That's why you're the guy, Mike.
Oh, is this? She put this on the air right now?
I'll put it on the air. You are the guy. Put in trust. It's a good idea. I think that having an attorney.
No, I think trust is a great idea.
Yeah, very smart idea.
And then Jake talks about the cost on a trust, to do a trust and to do it right.
Is there a difference between more cost and do. I don't see. These are things I don't know about. I mean, how do you learn about what? Do you have to have a special trust attorney for crypto, or is it a trust in general for things all outlined? You know,
It's probably a special attorney. It's not a crypto trust attorney, I don't believe.
Carter says, "Take care, guys." Going back to the projects, going back to
the project.
the projects where everybody has less than 10,000. Carter, you're awesome, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We have Fernando Batista in the house. There's plenty of hype about what the price could be. I'm a soldier in the XRP army. I'm skeptical. Even all the catalysts happen. Do you really see XRP going above 50? If so, let me know. So I'm going to answer that question. We got Blade over here back also. And he says, my daughter knows that gold and crypto is going to her, but she doesn't have the keys. Don't want to die in my sleep. God forbid it. Oh, yeah, LOL. And Louis Vaughn is laughing also. Tommy says, you could put the will inside a trust. Smart man right there, Tommy. I love that. Let me go back to your question over there, Fernando Batista. Love that name, by the way. It's great. So am I believing that XRP goes over 50? 100% in my heart, I believe it goes over 50. When? I think if I'm gut checking, depends how what happens end of this year into New Year's. I think that we could see a 50 in the next year by end of 2026. I mean, again, here's what I'm going to say to you. If you go to Google, you're going to be thinking you bought the worst garbage in the world with XRP. Google is anti-XRP. They're the antichrist of XRP. And what I've learned about Google is they've got their own platform and their own coin that they're using or coming out with, and they have no belief in XRP whatsoever. And I actually had a fight with Google. I was going back and forth with Google saying, why are you so anti-XRP? And it came out. I couldn't believe it. Just ask Google, why are you so anti-XRP? You know,
really? What did it say?
It said something like, well, we have our own blockchain that we're coming out with that's competition for XRP. That's it. Okay. Couldn't believe it. I was all right. So don't go to Google for any of your questions about XRP. You'll just be depressed about it. Maybe ChatGPT is a better place for what's going on with XRP in the future. But I do believe Fernando Batista. I love that name, man. That's a great name.
Sounds like a baseball player.
That's a great name. Yeah, definitely sounds like a baseball player. So I definitely believe we're $50. Yes. And Louis Vaughn says it can happen anytime. That's the thing. Louis Vaughn, you know what? We keep hearing from somebody. I just heard the other day that someone just died and they were in their like early 50s, or it scared the living crap out of me because I'm like, I'm 51, you know, and it doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in. Lights out, big or small, tall or short. Nobody knows what's going on in the inside. Even when you think you know what's going on in the inside, you don't know, you know?
So where are you going with this?
I'm trying to say that I think Tommy's got a great point with the trust. I definitely have to do this. I like that you said that. And it reminded me that I need to do a will. I need to do a trust. You know, it's just, sorry, I get all these different text messages over here. It's something we all got to think about. And, you know, just like having, as Blade said, right, having a will, a prenup, and he believes in that. And again, as long as the both of you guys are on the same page about it and it's healthy and it's understood, because at the end of the day, you might be leaving it for them anyway if they're the person in your life. It's just a matter of, you know, if you guys get to some kind of rocky spots in your life, you know. Listen, I don't know, a relationship doesn't have rocky spots, and a relationship doesn't have rocky spots to me. It's a little bit, I would say, you know, shocking.
Yeah, well, I think if I were in South Florida, I would definitely get a prenup for anybody in South Florida. Because I got to tell you, I have a friend of mine that lives in Boca, and he always says this is the devil's playground. So he says, don't come down here unless if you want to get divorced, is what he says. So, you know, it's just a lot of that influence. It's that Southern Florida kind of thing. It's not as wholesome and happy as we are up in New England.
I would
That's my take.
I think it's very wholesome, very healthy, and very satiating with the weather down there.
Well, weather's different than
But
morals.
People's disposition is so much different in the South. Blade says it's a small club and they don't want you in it. Which club are we talking about? I just got confused for a second. I apologize, Blade. Is this the prenup club or is this the XRP? No, which club? The prenup club? Because I want to know. I don't want to miss the boat on this one here. And Fernando Batista says, here's the thing. I got into XRP when I found out they could possibly replace Swift, right? And I travel abroad constantly and have used Swift, and it sucks. Facts.
Good.
So that's why I initially got in. And that's a great reason to get in. We'll tough it out. I do trust Google for info. I trust it for info outside of XRP. I trust it for information as a whole. But if you ask about XRP, again, go to ChatGPT. You'll get more, I think, information, or maybe Grok with information on crypto and that kind of stuff.
You know, I sent you something today.
You did. I wasn't sure what it's about.
From Smoke.
From Smoke.
Yeah, he's he's on Twitter. But basically, he was basically talking about his remarks. Examine the intersection of the ISO 20022 migration and Ripple's existing interrogation with EarthPoint. He was talking about EarthPoint. It says here, all payment interactions must shift to ISO by November of this year, which just happened. Ripple can exchange payment instructions with Swift through the EarthPoint integration. So that's telling me right there.
Well, Michael, could you just say that now with what you were talking about? You read something like in Hooked on Phonics.
Yes, that's the way I read, especially when I can't see it too well. Especially when I can't see it.
I don't think
basically, in a nutshell,
what we're talking about, yes.
In a nutshell, this whole EarthPoint integration.
What is EarthPoint integration?
It's something that Ripple is using that basically can help replace
the Swift system,
the whole Swift system.
You know, and we all know.
So if you want to do a look into that, EarthPoint is a big thing.
All right, and Tommy says members only jacket. Members only jacket. I like it. Oh, Biden the hair sniffer is back. I love it. We've been talking about you all weekend in my family, by the way. That name is just unbelievable. Biden the hair sniffer. I got in because I understand what it is. I never trusted Bitcoin. I gotta say, Biden the hair sniffer. When I told my wife, she was cracking up, and it was like by far. And if any of you guys haven't, Biden hair sniffer is definitely by far one of the best. Clever, greatest.
I'd like to know where he thought of that. That was pretty
because you watch Biden sniff the hair of the kids.
I know, no, I understand that, but I mean, it's still I've seen it 1,000 times, but I would never even think to name that. It's just
as your tagline. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
very clever.
Members jacket only. I want to make sure I know what club we're talking about. Are we talking about the prenup club or the XRP club? Please, just for the clarity over here between Blade and Tommy over here, because I don't know if my wife's watching. Just for the record, hey baby, how you doing? All good. Blade, search engines. Search engines and AI are programmed to say or show what they want, not the truth. Be careful with the economy and where it's going. Why aren't the banks telling you to buy gold? Buddy, I agree with you 1,000%. And we get a thumbs up from Biden hair sniffer. I agree with you 100%. They definitely, Coach JV talks about it all the time. They've got your head this way, and everything's happening right here. It's definitely one of those things. Why are we not listening to local news and hearing about what's happening with crypto?
I had CNBC on for a good portion of the day. Yep. Certainly 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Listening to see if there was anything on the XRP ETFs. I did not see anything.
It's got the only channels are talking about it, except for actually Newsmax. I think had a big thing on it with Newsmax. It's Fox Business and MSNBC are the only two stations that find them talking about crypto at all because they're doing the stocks and the Bloomberg. I'll listen to Carl on Bloomberg and I'll talk about crypto. But outside of that, you don't hear about it. Biden Hair Sniffer says, "Do you look at Canton? Did you look up Canton?"
No.
I did not look up Canton. I'm going to have Michael look up Canton while I'm reading these things over here.
Canton is Canton.
Yeah.
What is it?
What is Canton? Is this going to take you to a porn site? And then Fernando Batista, what do you guys think about Ripple's ZK proof? How will that affect XRP's price?
I don't know about that.
I don't know the ZK proof. I like you bringing it up.
Look that up.
Yeah, look, ZK proof in Canton. Good stuff.
I did hear about it, but I didn't really know much about it.
Hold on. And Blade says the rich man's club. They don't want you in it. Easy to control the poor. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And what exactly is rich man's club? Because I think we'll all be in it one day if we're XRP army. People, enthusiasts. The hardest part is, know what you have, right? Not the hardest part. The easiest part is to be convicted.
Is anybody going down to Florida the end of January for the stable crew? That thing. I know Jake is going to be there.
Is that right?
Yeah, I heard that he's going to be there, and I was like, oh, I'm really
maybe we'll go down and check it out.
Thinking about it.
It wasn't too expensive.
Yeah, it was like $250 a person for.
And end of January is a cheap time to fly down there too, because things are slow down as far as.
I'm just curious. Anybody else doing anything, considering on something like that?
Do you guys follow the Stable Crew? Do you know the Stable Crew are on YouTube? Great bunch of guys, father and son. The father's always on. He's a pretty chill dude. Usually sitting. Alan's sitting on a deck, on a boat. He's got his dogs running around. He's pretty knowledgeable. I think he might take a gummy before he gets on sometimes, but he's really good guy. He's very matter of fact. He knows his stuff. Jake is the man. Tommy, Jake is the man to talk about the trust. You're right. He talks about it too. And I probably should reach out and kind of maybe ask Connor. Connor is also a Mickle. I'm not sure if you guys know who Mickle is on the YouTube, which you should know. Mickle. He's from Connecticut, actually, which is crazy. Mike and I got to meet him. Such a nice guy, so down to earth, wicked smart guy. His real name is Connor, and he works for Jake. And it's nice to be able to communicate with somebody who's in it so much. Louis Vaughn, XRP Ledger is actively exploring the integration of zero-knowledge proofs, ZKPs, to enhance privacy, enable compliant institutional use, and improve scalability. Ripple's CTO. And Fernando Batista, it's pretty much an incognito ledger for the big institutions. This is good stuff. All right, listen, we have to go. So I don't get divorced and get in trouble.
Okay, he doesn't have a prenup. He's got to go.
I don't have a prenup. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us again Monday. We won't be here Friday. We want to wish you an amazing Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, go have some turkey anyway. Enjoy the family, the friends, the environment. Hopefully where you are will be an amazing, happy time for everybody around you. We love and appreciate you guys so much for being a part of our show every week. We will see you the following Monday, knock on wood, and we will talk with you soon. Thank you so much, everybody. See you soon.
A good Thanksgiving.
Blade says, I'd like to watch versions of Algira on YouTube. No BS on that site. Very interesting.
Yeah, Black Swan Capitals. Yeah.
We'll